National Football League is on the air. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Second down, here's Mostert again. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And a nice pickup there by Mostert, a sizable gain. And he's coming off a monster season a year ago. Not only did he rush for over 1,000 yards for the first time in his career, but he also scored a league-leading 18 touchdowns on the ground.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Hey, look at the defense for these Texans. They were very good a week ago in the win over Minnesota.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
He'll get this into the hands of the wideout from LSU. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On second down, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They got to get to the 23 here on third. Man open, it's Goodwin. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no first down. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to make it fourth down. Myers' kick is good, and the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go.
Trap 60. Max 42. Watch your slap. Watch your slap. Go, Rig. Go. Ready.
Stroud looking to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
How about this? They'll change it at the line. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They run for it with Mixon. And he will have a 1st down here before he gets banged down to the turf pretty hard. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. The Texans at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the tough 0-2 start, but come off a very important first win of the season last time out.
And it's tough when you find yourself in an early season crossroads, but that's exactly where they were. At 0-2, they were thinking if we fall to 0-3, things can spin out of control. But now at 1-2, they shouldn't feel the need to press out there. They're now back in a good spot, find a way to win some games, and keep moving forward.
And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Here's Stroud. He'll let this go deep for Collins. That's caught at the 25. A huge play there for Houston. 43 yards.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 6. It's Mixon on the counter, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Here is 3rd and 5. Stroud, he's going to audible to something else.
Number 70. 42's the mark. 42's the mark. I don't think you got it, son. Mike 42. Mike 42.
Out of the gun now on third down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go over the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Going a little tennis on me.
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out, and they get a backhand. What was the return on?
It was a backhand.
I like that.
Really good backhand.
Get some nice top spin on the whole thing. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
51 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Slot man moves right. Now Lawrence on first down. A short throw there to Strange. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be second down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down, Mostert. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Lawrence on third down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 34-yard line. Looking to throw, Lawrence. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And Lawrence now, he has this complete to Strange, the tight end. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 more on that one, and another first down. Here's Mostert. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Josiah DeGuara, as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is now 10-3.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Stroud to throw it.
And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
This time they stay on the ground. Yeah, this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3, 4th down. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half.
And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Only 3 there on the screen at 2nd down.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them. Maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
4th down. Stroud going to try to throw for it. To the right side and intercepted.
Picked off by Darnell Savage. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Here's a 2nd and 8. They go play action now. Lawrence. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
On third down, Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left.
One more time with Mostert.
And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line.
68 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more?
And this time he is in.
Yes.
Raheem Mostert, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 17-3.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Well, they still have time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Check smash, check smash. Hey, smash Bronco. 18, Pioneer. Cowboy 80. We got double up. Shift, shift. Shift, shift. Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Not ideal there. That delay of game backs them up 5 yards, so now they need 7 yards on 3rd down.
And Stroud now to throw.
Eluding the pressure right.
And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted.
Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder, because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
11, 11. 13. Come on, dude. 30 left. 13, not 13. He's coming, he's coming. Check in. Let's go, D. Watch the switch.
They go play action with Lawrence.
Thomas brings it in. Touchdown.
Brian Thomas, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Now Myers for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd and 7 from the 20. Mixing up the middle. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this 3rd quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll run with Mixon. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the 1st. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now they'll change things up. Stroud will throw it. They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. And the Jags are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there, because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the 1st time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence getting this out to the flat. Mostert. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags 1st down. Well, I'm sure he likes his performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the 4th quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
From midfield now, Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Lawrence to throw. That is caught. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a 1st down. Lawrence will throw.
He finds his man, complete. It's Goodwin. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. This ball caught by Strange. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brenton Strange, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
And he's going to be out of bounds here on the return at his own 2-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction.
And no forward progress here. This is going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Here's a handoff to Mostert running left. And he's got some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. On first down, they go with Mostert again.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27.
Making the stop there, Daniil Hunter.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Here's a give to Bigsby.
And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end.
Well, this was a very close